Isn't being dumb kind of out of character for Rowan?
I guess.
People don't just vanish into thin air. Well, they must be hiding around here somewhere, so find them. What did you monsters do?
It's more of that spirit art trickery.
You really are monsters, aren't you?
That's enough.
Join our party. Now, do it now.
And who the hell are you?
You're going to tell me something. Why is Exodus so intent on gathering spyrite materials?
Imagine if they unleashed an out-of-control spyrite on the world. Everyone would see the danger in it. Public support would vanish in a flash.
Indeed they would. The plan is a cunning one.
Hold on a second. You're not gonna kill us?
We're not the monsters you think we are. Nothing changes overnight.
It would appear that hatred of Riza Maxia runs deep within the veins of this city.
Maybe you could go to the land of Canaan and wish the hate away.
Beg pardon?
The land of Canaan is a magical place that grants wishes for people.
Quite the locale, that. Alas, the power to alter men's hearts in the blink of an eye would be frightening indeed.
We could easily wish away that which makes us human.
It's okay. These two are the real deal.
Rowan, Gaius, thank you.
Erston.
Huh?
At the moment, I'm just a man about town, much like any other. Please, call me Erston.
His Highness is traveling incognito to get a sense of public opinion in Olympios.
Can you really do that? I mean, you are the king of Riza Maxia.
King? I've never gotten to see a real king before.
Thank you, Erston.
My pleasure.
He can be stubborn as a child, this one.
What was that, Rowan?
Nothing.
Hey, I just thought of something. Do you think that demon of the alleyways was Erston here? I mean, it could have been, but the scary Rowan looked like the glasses guy too.
The scary me?
Well, you see...
Interesting. It would seem you've gotten yourselves wrapped up in some sort of paranormal phenomena. Your thoughts, Rowan?
Something's afoot.
Based on?
A hunch.
Good enough for me. Now get to the bottom of it.
As you wish. Would you be so kind as to allow me to accompany you henceforth?
I'd really prefer not to.
Certainly.
I mean, I like Rowan. I mean, he's not a good character in this game, but
Oh, I do
like him
too.
as a character.
But man,
Jude.
he is not useful in combat.
No. I can't let Exodus get me down. I'll perfect the spyrite tech and prove them wrong.
Check it out, Elise! It's our bearded buddy from before!
Enthusiastic as ever.
Caught me a Julius. Who wants to make it 2 for 2?
How does this go if you don't have Alvin and Elise?
What happened? Oh, he got
I
scratched.
don't know.
It's a battle scar. Chicks dig that kind of thing.
The old gang's back together.
Yeah.
-1. But
Vera from Spurious Corporation here. A witness has spotted former Director Krusnik. He's at Alati.
Alati Sea Haven. It's a port in Riza Maxia.
Other pursuit agents are on their way to the scene. You must hurry.
Still got bills to pay, huh?
yeah, you can't go to the Alati Sea Haven because you have to pay your debts, right?
Quick, we need you to catch this. We need you to catch this dangerous individual. But first, yeah.
I mean, that's actually one of the most realistic things in this game, if you get down to it. Okay, we need to
So now we have to pay back more money.
deal with skills vis-a-vis Rowan and Leia. And who has what extractors.
Yeah. But I think this is
Well,
the best party
yes.
for now.
Until we get more characters, this is the best party.
Okay, who has what right now?
How much did she get from that boss fight? Well, she got the minimum she needed, right? I'd give it to Rowan.
The way this game's built, you really do have to think about every character. 'Cause, like, if you gotta choose which characters you brought on every single story,
We just wouldn't build
character
Ludger,
mission,
or we wouldn't build Rowan.
Yeah, we just be like, yeah, sorry,
Except
Rowan.
for 100% of the story battles, the game chooses your party for you. I guess there's one instance where you get to pick between two characters, but it's very static in general.
Final boss battle too. You get to choose.
Yeah.
Obviously.
For the non-storyline stuff, you can choose your party for the most part. You always have to have Ludger until post-game, and even then, why would you ever remove him? He's pretty good. Is she the kind of character you might just want to give Yggdrasil to?
I don't know. I kind of like. Well, quickness is that.
Well, she still does need to reach 50 in every element, so Yggdrasil, at least for now, is correct. Because, you know, we want her to have all the the level 1 stat stuff. And, you know, Elysium is pushing Rowan in that same direction. Hallguard is such a good ability.
Question is,
She's building toward Revive with that.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really get many points out of recruiting these two.
I guess not enough has changed, I guess, at this point. Did get those.
Like, I know Leia got some stuff.
Rowan's got some
Yeah,
work
so
to do.
now would be a good time to do some optional stuff.
Yep.
Starting with the kitty.
Nice one. Rock beats it.
Actually, before I send the kitty back out, let me look jobs, just in case there's, you know, some place where we could send the cat.
You're unbeatable at this.
You've certainly matured and
Oh yeah, we're about to get a bunch of stuff from Rowan.
What's this? Delivered Nova's job report. I think that's literally just get rid of.
I think that gets us a cat. I thought you were gonna look at some of the other ones.
Oh, we're still.
Yeah, but we can take 2 more jobs if you find something on there that we should send the cat for. I see a couple things in Triglyph we could get. Or Duval. I mean, we have...
Duval, yeah, they're all... There's a bunch of stuff in Duval.
Well,
so
yeah,
we just
like Triglyph and Duval had different ones we could send them to, depending on which one we wanted.
There were 3 for Duval, so... Let's see what the cat grabs.
I don't know about that, but thanks.
Okay.
From you, that's a great compliment.
So we make payment.
Quite
Do we want to go run around and collect?
We will, but we should stand here for a moment.
But aren't those hard on your back? Here, allow me to apply a little cold.
What? Just to let
Well,
Rowan
yeah,
just
because
lay
if we
out?
leave town, Rowan might not give Lewd Girl his skills. Because he won't be in the party.
Though I couldn't help but notice the patches of white hair. Here, I'll let you borrow my touch-up dye. You're a steadfast man.
Actually,
but
it might
I'm
trigger
such a
faster.
worrywart. I still worry about you.
I'm surprised the skits haven't
Perhaps
triggered
I'll
yet.
make it a point to worry about worrying too much.
Oh man, writing for the paper has made me realize how truly horrible my penmanship is. When I turned in my last article, I could see pity in my editor's eyes. I gotta really practice
Yeah,
now.
we still don't have the world map yet. I think we get the world map
Do you
next
think
chapter
my
though.
penmanship's gotten any better? I think it's got a real flair
don't
to
care,
it, you
Leia.
know? Flair! Hey, check it out! Look how good my penmanship's gotten! I finally figured out the trick. I just gotta hold the pen the way I hold my staff. Is there any greater joy than eating as much as you want? Nope. Diet starts tomorrow.
We've sure taken out a lot of these elite monsters.
I'd say it's only natural for any great hero.
Oh, speaking of
history.
elite monsters, are there any other ones?
That last linked art was
Nope, not right
impressive. We couldn't have picked a more perfect opening.
Well, now he's talking about linked arts. That's usually the
The more we
precursor.
perform such arts, the smoother the execution seems to be. You've been cutting quite a
There we go.
marvelous performance out there. This seems like a fine
about to
opportunity
get a
to give
bunch
you
of
this.
Since
It's
we transferred
guaranteed to make you
Affinity.
an even more impressive man. You're 20 years old, is that correct? There's something I'd like you to have. I absolutely adored this book when I was your age. It's my way of thanking you for always helping out this old geezer. And I know you'll put it to good use. I'd never have imagined that at this age, I'd be spending so much time with a young man like you. Yeah, but ignore my doddering old man nonsense. There's something I want you to have. Speaking with you sends me straight back in time to the vibrant days of my own youth. But sometimes it's not so bad to be a geezer either. It happened so gradually I didn't even notice it. But talking with you now has just come to feel natural.
Gradual.
From discussions of government policy to old man jokes, I know that I can talk with you about anything. It is a great privilege to be able to make such a dear friend at my age. I know that I must be getting a little uncomfortably sappy on you here. Forgive me. That comes with the wrinkles and white hair. But I truly believe that you've become a great
Very uncomfortable given that we just met.
We've caught an awful lot of cats. Are they all friends of yours,
Oh.
Rollo? They're not really Rollo's friends, more like his subjects. He's basically their king.
So, he's the Gaius of cats?
Their king? Wow, Rollo's not pussyfooting around.
Ever since we got all these cats together, I haven't been able to stop sneezing.
He says, meow if you ever need help, and he'll save you.
Is that right? His heart's as big as his belly.
That's impressive. I'm glad you're the benevolent kind of king. Let's hear it for the king!
Bravo!
All hail Rollo!
Intelligence 3 and point conversion.
Hey, height exactly 8.
So point conversion is pretty far on the not worth it scale.
So, you're friends with His Highness?
Indeed I am. I serve at King Gaius' side as his prime minister.
What's that? He's sort of like the king's regent. That makes him the #2 guy in all of Riza Maxia. The king's regent? But in fairy tales, the regent's always the villain. Hey, you're right. They're always secretly trying to steal the kingdom or mess with the king.
How could a mere child see through my ambition? It's true. As you've suspected, I derive great pleasure from toppling kings. I remove their pawns one by one as my loyal knights advance from the sides to flank them.
We have to warn His Highness!
Of course, I'm talking about chess.
What? Your regents really are mean. Rowan is pretty much always like this.
Thank you, Ludger.
It's interesting taking a step back and looking at everyone. I can see some things have changed and some haven't.
Speaking of changes, I see you've grown a beard.
Ah, you noticed that, did you? Not bad, eh?
I think I have to go with normal one.
Rowan still has you beat.
A perceptive comment. No beard stands above my own.
It's not even close. Alvin's looks kind of shabby.
Hey now, the word you're looking for is roguish. You're a little too young to appreciate that sort of thing.
So, what inspired you to grow a beard, Alvin?
Well, there were a number of factors. But for the most part, I thought it was time to start trying new things.
Like what?
Like anything. You only live once, right? And you gotta do the things you want while you can.
That's a more juvenile reason than I was expecting.
It would have been more fun if you decided to wear a disguise or something.
What exactly is it gonna take to satisfy these two?
Lots of skits.
Okay, you're creeping me out. Do you have a question about Tipo? What is he? Tipo is Tipo, a lovable friend to all. That's a lie. There aren't any animals that look like you, and if there were, they still couldn't talk. Tipo is actually a mana amplifying device known as a booster.
It's because of Tipo that Elise is able to cast such powerful spirit arts. He makes her stronger than even a normal adult.
So you guys are running a scam. Scam? You want to be a grown-up, right? Like real bad? So you have Tipo help you cheat at spirit stuff. Don't worry though, I won't tell anyone. Thanks? You shouldn't snitch on her either, okay, Jude?
Right.
It's pretty big of me to cover for you like this, huh? You can thank me later.
Now who's pulling a scam?
Don't worry, Elle. If Tipo ever says anything cutting and cruel to you, it just reflects Lisa's inner feelings about you. Oh, we also need to buy more food.
Yeah, but I'm thinking going to Torbail and high.
Yeah, we need to run through the dimensional breach and such. Though.
Yeah.
You said the next chapter is just talking, right?
Well, they did say it was at. They mentioned the Elati. I wonder if the. When do we go to? Actually, next chapter might also be where they send us to go after Julius.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be. So yeah, we need to go through the dimensional breach and such.
Because they're gonna send us. Because it's gonna. We're gonna get our Magus, and then they're gonna send us to or I just got the Chromatus, and then send it, us
Where does
to,
Leia's story send us?
Nowhere.
Does it have a fight?
And then it
So then we should probably
no.
do it while we're here.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get over my brain fart here. The beach area. What's the beach area?
I know where you're talking about. I remember the part of the story we're about to do now, actually.
Yeah. And we fight the boss there, and that's also when we get mist hearts.
So we can use all those skills we've gotten from affinity transfers at the cost of massive numbers of points.
So for some of the characters, it might be worth it, because some of them don't have enough stuff to equip.
Yeah, you ran past Leia's thing. Do they sell new equipment for us?
Oh, yeah. Let's check.
Nope.
I almost think it'd be worth... Yeah, at the very least, it's worth waiting until we get to Aladi. Okay, and then we want to go do...
Oh, hey, Luger. What's up? Got some juicy news you're just dying to share?
You'll have to forgive Leia. She's become a raging scoopaholic. I wouldn't be surprised if she mugged me just to get a story in the crime blotter.
Come on, stop it already. Oh, Chief. Are you chasing down a hot tip? Reporter Leia Rolando would be happy to help.
No.
Oh, come on. How else will I learn?
Very well. Take this to the station.
Chief?
I'm sure you're ready for a simple errand. Off with you now. Chop chop.
Oh, did you get a chance to look at that story I turned in yesterday?
D-. The newspaper is not a diary for your rambling opinions. Next time, try having a point. What were you writing about anyway? Unemployment, the environment, corruption, culture. You can't just write about whatever pops into your head. You need to...
I need to do what?
Figure it out for yourself. I'm going for a walk. See you later.
So that's Leia's boss.
Seems like bosses are all like that.
Seriously. You think they're Mr. Nice Guy, and then bam! Out come the fangs. People in charge always pull that.
But he's a world-class writer. When you read one of his pieces, it's like the whole story unfolds in your mind. I would kill to have half his skill.
So that's why you were trying to tag along with him?
The man works so quickly, I've never seen how he does it. I thought this could be my chance. Well, guess I better get this to the station.
Why don't we tag along, shall we?
Thanks. Okay, let's get this done.
Listen, Leia. I'm always happy to get texts from you, but...
What's up? You sound serious.
Enough with the emoticons already. I can barely even figure out what your messages are about. And what's with this creepy frog picture you sent over? How the hell is that supposed to look like me?
Internet memes.
The emoticons make texting cute and fun. And the frog has those morose little eyes that made me think of you.
You have my
Siding with
sympathies,
Leia
Alvin.
pains me.
Right? How can you seriously compare me to a frog? Especially that frog. Its face is
I think I know which
completely
frog they're talking about.
Cute. We can make it into a little Alvin meme and write funny stuff you say all over it.
It's not cute at all. Are you trying to imply I'm obnoxious?
What? No, it's not like... Well, yes, actually.
I am not obnoxious.
Yeesh. I just thought you'd get a kick out of it.
Well, I do appreciate the thought. But enough with the frog, all right?
Leia's the kind of person who would get an email telling you to forward this to 10 people and would do it.
Excuse me. I'm from the Daily Triglav.
Ah, yes. You have it then? You that new girl they hired?
Yep, that's me.
Huh. And you're from Maxia, right? So you guys just borrow power from spirits whenever you need anything?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Like, if you get diarrhea or something, you'd need to pray to the spirits or perform rituals to get better? You don't have to worry about that here. Our healthcare system is second to none. If you ever get the trots or anything, just let us know.
It's a great scene.
You know, it's not an unreasonable thing to suggest. I mean, if you had like the stomach flu or something and you had the spirit, you had the power of the spirits, could you just, you know, spirit it away?
What was so shocking about it?
We have doctors and medicine in Maxia too. We don't do rituals to heal ourselves. But I guess that's the impression we give folks in Elympios.
I mean, what do you call healer?
If you let every Olympian misconception bug you, you'll grind your teeth down to the gums.
I know. I guess I just get irritable when I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Let's just get this back to the chief. He said he was going for a walk. He's probably still somewhere around town. Oh man, I'm so hungry.
A bar would probably be our best bet to get a bite around here. What do you think? Why are we doing this again? Can't you just use your GHS to call your editor?
Even if I called, he'd never answer. Finding him on the street... I'm back now, Chief. Researching something? I'll help.
Tell me something. Why do we do extensive research?
In order to write articles for the newspaper?
Okay then. And what do those newspaper articles require?
Well, speed?
Extensive
Wait,
research.
No, maybe accuracy?
The station agent you gave the documents to is kind of a creepy fellow, right? Say you were writing an article about him. You think all you'd need is speed and accuracy? If you don't know the answer, you might as well give up.
Oh, neither.
So he knew about the station agent?
Seems that way. I guess he knew the guy had issues with Maxia, and that he might give Leia some attitude.
Maybe that's why the chief was going to deliver the documents himself. If I were to write an article about him... Anyway, he said I should give up trying to be a reporter if I didn't know the answer. Which means if I learn the answer, I can be a reporter!
That's not how that works.
That's one way to look at it.
All right, I'll figure it out. But first, I owe you one, Luger. Whenever you need help with your gig, just let me know. Thanks for everything today, guys.
If that were Elise making that offer, I would be much more moved by it.
Okay. So yeah, we still need to make payment. We're about to head out to comb the...
I mean, we'll kind of accomplish a couple things at once. We'll comb the Totalian Highroad, and we'll be able to go through the Dimensional Breach.
Yep.
We need beautiful feathers.
I know.
Also ore to catch up Leia and Rowan. That was not very much ore. When you pick up the ore, try to get more than 5.
Okay. That was inspiring. Well, that was more than
You're not
5.
doing a very good job at finding these things. And we get a loose stick, which is thematic. Have you considered that getting 4 wasn't really to our advantage? I'm apparently Alvin.
Wait, you're Alvin? Oh, yeah, you are Alvin. He is currently in the player 2 slot.
It's because of Leia's story. And Leia's in our party right now. Not that it really matters.
We're just exploring. There aren't any.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it's just she is.
Do appreciate.
Good job.
That was
as much as all the other ones put together.
It was a lot of hard work to make.
Yeah, I'm glad you finally
RNG.
improved at RNG.
Yeah, took a lot of work to make my art. Ow. I really just want Chicken Run.
Elise is not a good character to accidentally have out of the party. Because she has Chicken Run. Yes.
Does she have it already? Well, we'll be able to throw her back in the party when we hit Helioborg.
Is Helioborg flagged as a town?
Pretty sure. Actually, wait, no, that's not. Oh well, we'll be fine. Just want give us some beautiful feathers. They're beautiful. And they're also feathers.
We got a beautiful feather.
It's the only one that came out.
I didn't actually see the number. I just saw that it was beautiful feathers. I thought you were going to check how many in total we had. 8.
So we need 2 more.
Can we find beautiful feathers on the Russalle Highroad?
I don't know, but we're going to have to cross back through all this anyway, so no point in doing it now.
I mean, yeah. I was just wondering if we could.
I can't remember. It'll be nice to get the world map.
We need the maps.
Maybe you should pay the turtles.
You know, for Elympios, this area is pretty lush.
It is. It's slightly lusher, I believe, than it was in a
Xillia 1.
Silly one, yeah.
I believe Rowan has more than 50 and everything now.
Do we want to switch around Elysium or leave it on him for a little bit longer?
I don't know what else we're building toward with him. You know, if you just found a hole in a cliffside, you know how bad of an idea it would be to climb into it? It'd be about as good of an idea as carrying around 71 units of Beast Dung would be.
Beast Dung never hurt you.
Hiya! Sorry to be a nag, but you're...
She's not sorry to be a nag, hate to spoil it for you.
That's about how I feel whenever somebody instant messages me at work.
Is that how you tend to respond to?
Sometimes. Especially to the message of, hey. It's like, yeah, okay, tell me what you need. Otherwise, I don't really care what you have to say.
Depending on who you are, I might not care even if you do say.
Is he close to getting speed cast? Gets a lot of spells early. Speed cast is fire and okay. Yeah, that's just strict improvement. That's probably not a good thing, or probably a good
That's
thing
on...
to try and grab.
That one's free. It's also available.
So who gets Elysium?
What's... In terms of Jude's situation, what's he missing out on right now? Because he has extremely little wind.
In earth, wind, and dark.
What does Adrenaline Rush do again? It's not terrible.
It's a really big speed buff. This would also
Yeah, Psych, Dexterity, and as you look down to some of the other things, it has Beast and Whirlwind Snap would be good to know.
And
Recumbent Wolf is very worth it. So this is a good switch for Jude. Ludger's always a safe character to give Elysium.
Hey, not bad.
It's always good to just pick up those early game arts on these characters.
Yeah. A lot of characters
That was the
in this
30.
game get arts that were late game arts very early, yeah. A lot of characters get arts that were late game arts.
A lot of arts that were late game arts in Xillia 1 had no reason to be late game arts though. It's kind of a theme in the Tales games that spells are usually progressive. The spells you get later in the game are better than the early game ones, but physical arts, that's usually not really the case. There's not a strong correlation between when in the game you learn moves and how good they are, one way or the other.
I feel stronger than I used to.
And you kind of see characters go both ways. Some characters have a ton of good stuff late. Other characters, their most important moves come right at the beginning of the game.
Alvin got variable trigger, kind of.
Variable trigger is certainly a relevant move that got moved much earlier in this game. But I mean, just think about the series as a whole and how many characters just learn their critical moves at completely different times because there's just no real correlation between game progress and move quality.
Well, then you have, what about when your character's best moves are learned through side quests? Elemental Master.
I mean...
Or, for an early game example, you have like Guy learned Tempest pretty early in the game through a side quest.
Lloyd got almost all of his relevant moves before you left Silverant for the first time. Because his level 1 arts plus Tiger Rage, that's like the character, right? I mean, later in the game, Rising Falcon was meaningful.
Well, I mean, the level 3 arts let you hold.
Yeah, Raining Tiger Blade was a good art. That game's dynamics, it was just so expensive, though. It wasn't as important as the low-level stuff you could use every combo.
Yeah.
Hey look, it's trouble at the Totalian Abyss.
Make clear off that chest.
You know, some items you just wonder why you would want them when you find them, like the bee stung or the rotten bone. Some items seem funny where they are. That one seemed impossible. The ice pop?
What? Oh.
Our party is being improved so much by this looting.
I've never thought looting hurt a party.
There's always time, right?
Yep. Whoopsies.
Not good. Don't lose, guys.
That's some good combat advice Elle just gave us.
She gives us a lot of good combat advice.
Something threatening happens, try shooting it.
I mean, she's telling us its weakness.
No, she only seems to know about physical weaknesses. She never gives you advice like, you should try calling Efreet, it's weak to fire. How will I ever know when to use Efreet without Elle's help?
Try always.
That's a legitimately good find. Because we had 4 pairs of leather boots, now we don't have to juggle them anymore. I really value that. How do you feel about not doing equipment shuffles?
But the same way I feel about not having to do title shuffles.
The title board shuffle wasn't your favorite feature in Graces? How do you feel about the accessory shuffles we had to do in Eternia?
We did that in some
Yes,
too.
yes we did. We did it more in Eternia. Eternia is also a harder game than Symphonia. We're just learning so many arts. It's also nice in terms of character development now that Ludger has all his weapons.
I have bad news.
How would she feel about that?
Picks up phone, hangs up phone. I'm just gonna say, if you can avoid her just by hanging up the phone, she's a really crummy debt collector. I don't think real debt collectors work that way.
Given what Nova's character is like, would it even be out of character for her to be just bad at her job?
It really wouldn't, I guess. You know, I understand why Ludger's playing along with this debt thing now, but once he gets to Chromatus, couldn't he just, like, apply force and not pay?
I mean, isn't Beasley one of the people pushing him to pay his debt? Just, it lets him control Ludger?
Beasley would respect the solution of, I'm powerful enough not to have to do what you want me to do.
He would, but he would probably snuff it out pretty quickly. I'm sure I could hear myself.
There's a hole in that wall.
Oh, there certainly is. Let me stick my face in it. These are pretty much every single piece of ore we've grabbed in the Totalian Abyss has been 10 or more.
This was an optional dungeon in Xillia 1.
But it's like early game in Xillia 2.
That item summarized how the ore's been going for us. It was a wind stick.
Was it a wind stick? I didn't even look at it. Spend so much time grabbing random garbage, sometimes I don't even read it.
It is difficult for me not to read words on a screen, if they are in front of me. You know, if Saray were in this game, he would have had a solution for that rock formation in our way.
It would be my favorite answer.
In fact, this whole rock formation could use a Saray-style solution, right?
Oh, really, Edna?
I mean, she's relevantly useful to it.
Also, one of the little things that you might not notice playing this, that was really nice, playing this game right away, is that going from Xillia to Xillia 2, all of the little ancillary animations, like climbing up, you know, this ledge right here, pulling myself up this ledge, climbing up grass or a ladder, or crawling.
Got orders to make you pay up. Just doing my job after all.
You paid the minimum.
Like yep. All those animations were sped up in Xillia 2. Quite a bit.
Dun, dun. Raven, grab hold of your fate, Luke.
Just wanting to save money. Jesus.
So once you hit the bottom, we should probably look at where our orbs are at, because they've made a lot of progress. To say the least.
Death to your debts. The least I can do is get gotten into the swing of this.
Nova here with the latest and greatest. You are now free to travel as far as Elympios Sea Haven. You keep making those payments, and we keep unlocking sea havens. Go forth, hardy menfolk, and conquer the sea!
She talks like I'm not even here.
I guess that's kind of sexist, isn't it? You go forth too, hardy womenfolk, and conquer the sea as well!
Oh, I've never been to sea before.
Seriously? You gotta check it out! The sea is awesome! It's so big, and large, and grand!
It tried to kill you in Legendia.
Luger, let's go conquer the sea!
There's a bunch of stuff to do. I think I'm going to turn this over to you for a second, though, while I take a short bio break.
You're getting pretty close to learning some important moves. Magical Destruction, I think that's a move you care about. Oh, that's improving it. Well, Luger's pretty far.
Nice one. Good luck.
All those overextension abilities on Alvin are going to be very relevant.
Yep.
Those are pretty nice to have, right?
Yeah, keep going down the list. Let's see what all's there. That is a must.
It's not super important, I guess.
Keep level restore on. It's only 2, and it's really not bad to have.
All the elemental guards really do matter.
They do. Is that everything?
Yeah, I think...
Did you switch any of the alley morbs around while I was...
I didn't yet.
I'm kind of wondering if we should, like, flip.
Who would we give it to? Elise?
Either Elise or just give it to Leia for just a little bit longer.
Because Leia's not forced that often.
I guess not. Elise might make the most sense.
Let her build some of that water and wind she's been missing out on. Recover would be relevant for her to know.
Some of those, like, TP combo support and overextensions I like, but... Casting window's not bad to have.
Tipo Barrage.
Okay. That's probably about all we maybe need to do.
Well, we need to pick something for Ludger to end up on.
That's honestly not terrible for Ludger for now. Because that still gets him those arcane arts.
Power up, that's always good, right? And we have a lot of arts we're going to need to map, but that's not something we need to do right now. We'll also need to play with skills on Elise and Rowan, but I did all the skill stuff I could on the other characters and sent the kitty back out. We got a massive amount of the stuff for the turn-ins from Duval, so I sent it to Triglyph.
Awesome. That was weird.
We still have the Dimensional Breach to go to. Though it's much smaller than Totalian Abyss.
Well, we have the rest of Russalle Highroad to comb.
The chest at the bottom with a bunch of money. It's a very helpful thing. I'd like to point out the kind of work Ludger's been bullied into doing is the kind of work that really pays more the more you can travel, so the debt collectors restricting your movement is pretty counterproductive. Because from their perspective, They want Ludger to make as much money as possible so he can pay it back to them.
I kind of wonder how bee stung gets in some of these places. I guess birds. A bird could get its dung up on that wall.
I mean, Rollo is a hard worker.
You may address me as Agent N.
Get
it's
off
only
of
100 gold, too.
I was really hoping it would be like a beautiful feather or something, you know, useful. If it had been a loose stick, though, that would have been really poetic.
That's a new art for Jude. And that's some Kitty Crisp. A new art for Ludger. It's probably an arcane art. Oh, there's an ore back there. So is that everything?
Yep. I'm gonna move back. I'll grab stuff along the way, but I'm just gonna kind of run back for the most part. That at least opens up all those warps once you get the world map, right?
It's got a lot of the low-hanging water and wind fruit on Elise.
Yeah.
We are avoiding random encounters, but I want everyone to know that there is some degree of pain of running past a Bakura.
Beasley Bakura self.
There's an ore over there. It's not on the map. The Totalian art. That probably involves Tipo.
It could also not.
Then it might be useful. For Elise, it's really simple to judge whether her arts are good or not. If the word Tipo's in the name, it's a bad art. If not, it's a great art.
Come on. Pow hammer.
It has some use on Ludger. You notice how the amount of ore we were getting just plummeted as soon as we reached Heliaborg? Clearly based on area. In the Russalle Highroad, it's flagged as a later game area than Heliaborg and the Totalian Highroad.
Yeah. Now, beautiful feathers. We can get 2 beautiful feathers before we get back.
There's ore behind that rock. Yeah, it'd be really nice to just get this little turning out of the way. An accurately named item. The thing is, after this, there'll be basically no reason to come back to the Totalian Highroad, so it'd be really nice to just find them and not have to. Was that 2 or 1?
1. Pudding cake.
I'd eat it. Come on, game. Hey, learning an art for Elise. Is it fitting that the very last bag was a lose stick when we needed one more beautiful feather? Well, they reload just when we enter Triglyph, right?
Yeah. Before I forget. Let's farm this one screen
I'm stronger, but I've still got a long way to go.
After all, you're a big sister now.
Beautiful feathers. Ah.
We just need one.
Okay, at least we don't have to do like 10 of them like this, right?
It's the most appropriate item to find if you're not going to get a beautiful feather.
He just makes me smile. At this point, the game's trolling us.
You need other beautiful feathers later.
You might.
It's fun taking a step back and looking at everyone. Some things have changed, and some haven't. You've certainly had a big change, Elise. You're going to school
That's
now,
an
right?
observation.
Do you like it?
Some things change.
And I really like
Others
the uniform.
don't.
Uniform?
A student.
School? Your uniform's really cute, but I've always been more the pants type myself. They're so much easier to move in than skirts. So what side are you on, Luger? Team pants or team skirts?
Obviously, team skirts. Because you know the amusement this will create.
Gotta love skirts.
Yes, exactly. Aren't skirts the cutest? Seriously? But you're wearing pants right now. Well, I'm on both teams. Whoa, that's right. You're wearing leggings under a skirt. Clever. Looks like you win this one, Elle. Yeah, duh. Wait a minute. This was a competition?
I was really hoping the direction this would take
Let's keep it up.
would have involved talking about Ludger wearing a skirt.
Alright, so we have to turn the Duval Station. Cats. Technology drive, residential quarter, okay. And we can go fight him in the
Also,
lodge.
we have some other jobs we can turn in as well from the stuff the cats brought us.
Oh yeah. Actually, let's wait on. I'm gonna wait on those just a second, because we might, before it forces us to pay more of our debt off, we might want to see what's for sale and all
That makes sense.
While we're here.
Oh, also equip the leather boots on the other two characters, whoever they are. Everyone's pretty well optimized otherwise. That lamellar guard we found is something we could have bought earlier anyway.
Yeah. Around straw hat's identical.
But leather boots are a good acquisition for everyone. Why are you leaving Triglyph?
I'm going to the
Oh yeah, the first one.
Turn in the beautiful feathers. There he is. She is.
And we can also turn in all these job reports in Alati too.
Yeah. And I think, I'm trying to remember here how these ones that try to play out. The one that's telling us to turn in the classmate one, I think I have to pick up something from Juliet, or Luger and Julius's apartment to turn that one in. Which is also convenient because the other one is right around here. Yeah, here it is.
What are we ever gonna do about this cat? Who is called Malik?
We couldn't possibly walk around the cat.
Now Kitty Dispatch will be slightly more efficient.
There it is.
Not only walk around the cat, but like if you really can't walk around the cat, if you just walk into a cat, it manages to move usually.
Unless it's dead, at which point you can just kick it out of the way.
The loving landlord. She really values her connection to Ludger and Julius insofar as they pay their rent on time. What a good friend. You're in crippling debt. You're bad news. I should avoid you.
I mean, he certainly does a good job of protecting himself.
In some vague sense, right?
Oh wait, I forgot, in this game, this Sea Haven doesn't actually go anywhere. You have to go to Marksburg to go to Eladi. So we were closer where we were at.
Given just how many members Exodus seems to have, it can't be that drastic for people to have like random family members who are in these organizations. Like, you'd think it'd be normalized in their society.
Marksburg seems like a pretty nice city.
Yeah, it's like a bridge between Elympios and Maxia. Not just literally, but metaphorically, you know? A year ago, I'd never have believed this could exist at all.
Isn't it amazing how much our actions can change the future?
Speaking of which, it's amazing how much Jude's changed.
Huh? Me?
Look at your hair! Suddenly you're all trendy.
Exploring your sexy side, are you, Jude?
Sexy? Rowan, come on. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
So, what prompted it?
I just like to try something different now and then.
In other words...
Exploring your sexy side.
I guess.
Rowan's voice actor delivers that pretty incredibly.
Stop right there, folks. You want to learn about custom orders, right?
Yes.
But don't answer. Unless that answer is yes. Try once and you'll get hooked. I'll give you the materials and everything.
Don't be so pushy.
If only Beast Stun were material, right?
Try it once and you'll get hooked. Here, I'll give some to you. It's not a, it's usually not what you want to hear. What are the materials for it, even? They're not even that precious, but we should probably hold off. So yeah, other than the Prometheus, which we don't have the materials for because we've yet to find a single silver ore, that's all a whole lot of garbage.
Yeah.
And wow, slow down.
This game has a little bit of that.
We're gonna ride on a boat.
Hey, you're all okay.
It's the informant lady.
I'm Jolene, remember? I just feel horrible about what happened. I don't suppose I could bribe my way back into your good graces.
What are these?
Winged boots. Just a little something to lighten your load and make you love me again.
What are you talking about?
A star reporter like you ought to be able to figure it out. By the way, an agent from Spirius is staying at the inn here. Toodles.
Maybe she should be a reporter.
As bad of a reporter as Leia is, how did she even get her job?
Probably because she's from Rize Maxia. So we already had it because of key item transfer, but that is an excellent item.
So do we want to advance the story first, or
What do the shops here sell? Isn't that our top priority?
that's a good point? Yes. That's the original reason for coming here.
This shop is not relevant. So they sell more stuff, none of it relevant. Same garbage, now it works. Now you have it for every character.
Let's see what this next scene is.
What do you want?
Because I really want to get the world map before
Where
we
does it hurt?
run
I'm a
around
doctor.
too much more.
We've confirmed your arrival at Aladi Sea Haven. Recover the data from the pursuit agent and return to Company HQ.
Sorry about that. Here's the data.
But these poor people.
Recovering the data is your top priority. Bring it to HQ immediately.
What's so special about it?
It's a copy of all the fractured dimension data that the former Director Kresnik had collected and analyzed.
Huh? Fractured dimension?
So you had a run-in with Julius.
Yes. We had him outnumbered 10 to 1, and yet he still decimated us.
But at least we got the data off him. Get it back to HQ. It'll really help us improve our ability to detect waymarkers.
You all go on ahead. I'll take care of these people.
Need a hand, Princess?
I prefer the company of Rowan, thank you.
Thank you.
This old geezer would be honored to help, young mistress.
Good thing I have thick skin.
I totally agree with Elise. If only Leia had wanted to help these people instead of Elise.
I want to believe he had a good reason, but... Ugh.
I think on our way into Spirius is when we're given the world map, so...
Let's keep it up.
Just gonna go down this.
Because this run is reaching the point where it's becoming tedious.
Let's see here.
We've been expecting you, Mr. Kresnik. Please deliver the item in question directly to the CEO himself.
Look at this place. It's so big and pretty.
Indoor voice, Leia.
Who are these people?
My friends.
I believe only Mr. Kresnik was invited.
No one would appreciate the heck if I know answer.
I'm Luger's friend and advisor.
And I'm the acting guardian of these miners.
I'm acting guardian number 2. And I'm acting guardian of this.
One moment,
She's a
please.
strong kid.
Acting guardian number 2, huh?
Look who's talking.
All of you may enter. Mr. Bakura is most impressed by the loyalty you engender in others, Mr. Kresnik.
The loyalty of Rolo.
They're called friendship potions. You should try them.
Beasley would have a lot of use of friendship potions.
Why, Luger, I've been waiting for you. Thanks. Any leads on your brother's whereabouts? Well, as it turns out, I have news for you of both varieties. Good and bad. Which one first?
Does this affect Beasley affection?
Yes, it does. But here's the thing, is that they both give the same affection.
So let's get some bad news then, right? I prefer bad news.
Bad news.
Mr. Kresnik's going on the police's most wanted list.
Your life's about to get a lot tougher.
So they're gonna throw Luger in jail? Wasn't there good news?
Indeed, I would like to recruit you as an agent in our company. Don't act so surprised. It makes perfect sense. I've been keeping my eye on you this whole time. You never back down from difficult situations. More importantly, you have the strength to face them.
I'd wager you've been doing more than just keeping an eye on him.
You've been testing Luger.
You can't get the true measure of a man by observing from a distance. What do you say? Become one of my agents and I'll keep the police off your back, even if I have to get pushy.
He doesn't even have a choice. This is blackmail.
I failed to mention that an agent's salary is considerable. You'll be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You can avoid arrest and pay off that massive loan almost overnight, provided you show me results, of course.
What kind of results?
No fractured dimensions.
Fractured dimensions?
Surely you've noticed them.
Worlds like ours, but not?
Think of this flower as our prime dimension, a world where history flows in a way that's familiar to us. But it's not the only blossom. There are offshoots.
When one of these appears, it disperses soul energy from the prime dimension. Our dimension, in other words.
Wait, it disperses? That can't be good.
And what happens if we don't do anything about it?
Ultimately, souls will vanish from the prime dimension. Of course, this means humans will die out as well.
Whoa, whoa, time out.
This all sounds pretty far-fetched.
Elympios going dry, the failure of Spyrite technology. What if I were to tell you those effects were caused by the loss of soul energy from the prime dimension?
It can't be true.
Oh, but it is. Spirius has been working to save our world by eliminating its counterparts in the fractured dimensions.
How could you possibly eliminate an entire world?
That is a question for our friend Luger here. His chromatis transformation has the power we need to infiltrate and destroy these parasitic realities.
The power to destroy a world.
No fair! I have no idea what everybody's talking about!
Luger, for the sake of this world, the true world, you must help us.
All right.
That's Beasley affection, right?
Yep.
Don't let me down. You're officially a DOD-8 agent of Spirius.
One thing I still don't get. What's causing these fractured dimensions?
It's not a what, it's a who.
A great spirit of Canaan. Kronos.
The land of Canaan?
Another great spirit?
There is nothing to fear. We have in our possession the power needed to oppose him. Come to the underground training area, and I will show you how to wield it.
I have to admit, being an agent for the Spirius Corporation is kind of a big deal. But are you sure about this?
I bet that's Beasley affection, right?
I am.
Yep.
I always wanted this job.
Your brother was a top agent too, right? I bet that talent just runs in the Kresnik family.
What, a talent for destroying worlds?
I'm talking about raw talent. Companies appreciate that stuff. I wish I had
I mean,
that.
technically, Alvin's right.
Bisley Bakor certainly lives up to his reputation.
He certainly makes an impression. He's like...
This is more Beasley affinity.
Yeah.
The king of Elympios.
That's not far from the truth.
Bakor casts a heavy shadow over the world of Olympian politics. If he wanted to, he could probably topple the government or single-handedly start his own war.
I've been reading back issues of the paper, and it seemed like the Spirius Corporation was a driving force behind the Otherworld reactor plan. But as soon as the schism was destroyed, they immediately switched sides to back Marcia's moderate government.
I wonder what they hope to achieve with that change.
This doesn't sound like any king I've ever heard of.
Well, regardless, he's Luger's boss now. Let's just make sure we're the ones using him and not the other way around.
That makes sense. We can't accomplish much without him.
But be careful. I don't think that Bakor was lying, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't telling us everything either.
I agree.
That's the most words in a row Luger said so far this game.
How does Beasley know about Luger's power?
Not exactly the tailored suit.
Is there loot to be had in the rest of Spirius, or is it just empty?
It's empty.
Whoa! Never thought something like this would be down here.
Must have cost Spirius a pretty penny.
Steel yourself, Agent. I wish we could ease into this, but time's of the essence. You'll have to train the hard way. Actual combat. Don't interfere.
This is a co-op run. I want to interfere.
Show me what you're made of.
Dark projection. Dark projection. Any power swings? Yeah, there we go.
Luger? You got...
That was a nice free level.
Something's wrong with Luger.
That's enough for now. Still no match for Julius, though.
So that's a Chromatus.
Where'd Luger learn that trick?
It's a family trait. He's one of Kresnik's descendants. See his watch? It's a Kresnik heirloom, passed down for generations. It's the key to the transformation. Though it would seem Julius has been using yours all this time.
That's not Luger's. It's my daddy.
We're talking about Kresnik, the Genesis Sage, right? The one who wielded the Lance of Will?
The Sage Kresnik? Yes, I seem to recall that name from Russalle Highroad legend.
So the tale is different here in Elympios?
If Kresnik wasn't a sage, what was he?
A wretched plaything for the spirits. They granted. No, they cursed the Kresnik line with the Chromatus. But Kresnik's curse is humanity's weapon. And you will master it. I will contact you when we detect a new fractured dimension. Until then, rest up.
Look, Luger, I really hate to bring this up, but you've been neglecting your loan payments lately. Nobody likes a financial...
We just paid you!
So much for resting up.
Okay, yeah, so that is all of Chapter 6. Chapter 7 is when we go to the Kajara Sea Falls. God, that's what I was reading. Kajara Sea Falls stuff.
And hey, you got yet more skills for Ludger.
Too bad you can't just transform away your debt, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like you've gotten a little stronger, Luger. All thanks to...
Just a moment. I almost forgot to give you your
Oh,
gold
thank
map.
goodness.
It's standard issue for all DODA agents. I'm sure it will come in handy in your pursuit of Director pardon me, the former Director Kresnik.
Yes, it will.
And to
Looks
celebrate,
like we need the Ode to Vol.
do we want to go there now, or do we want to go explore?
That's a character quest, right? Is it one of the ones that requires us to do something? I bet that's Alvin.
Yeah, it is Alvin. I don't think it does.
A great spirit that lives in the land of Canaan. We gotta find this Chronos guy and ask him where Canaan is.
You're really obsessed with that place, aren't you?
What's wrong with that? I've got a one-track mind. You do?
This is probably Elefinity.
I suppose that's true, in a way.
It is.
Sometimes you shouldn't pursue things too intently. Like how a woman can stifle a man with too much attention, when, in reality, he just needs a little space to sow his wild oats.
Alvin? You're telling this to a child? You wanna know what my daddy said? Don't ask anyone for anything that you wouldn't be willing to give them yourself.
Ooh. Yeah, he's right. That was always my problem.
Right? You sure love your daddy. I don't love him that much, but he really seems to like me. So, I've got to keep the promise I made to him, no matter what.
Does the promise involve the kitty returning?
Hoo-wee. So, Xillia Trail and a West High Road. Kill something.
Got some time to kill?
Why?
Uh-oh. He's about to ask a favor, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Those reporters' instincts of yours are right on the money.
Now he's just kissing up. This favor must be a doozy.
I'm about to go to work is all. Mind lending a hand?
You'd never guess from looking at him, but Alvin's actually a fruit merchant. He buys his stuff fresh from Russalle and wholesales it to grocers in Elympios.
We just got started, so we're still in the early stages of making connections and nabbing clients. I could use some help.
Sure thing. Whatever you need.
You're a real sport. Thanks. Just pretend you're shoppers passing by and follow my lead, okay?
This sounds like a rat.
Great. I'll go work my magic. Remember, we don't know each other.
What are we getting into? Thanks for being such a good sport about all this, Luger.
Sure, your customers might say they're fine with your fruit, but wouldn't you sell more if it was fresher and tastier?
I doubt they'd even know the difference.
Let's find out. Excuse me, sir, ma'am. Care to try some samples? What do you think? Notice a difference between them?
The one on the right's nice and sweet. The one on the left, not so much.
You think so, huh? What about you, sir? Which do you prefer?
I like the one on the right, too.
Alvin would be so
interesting.
What'd I tell you?
Okay, you sold me. I'll start stocking your oranges on a trial basis.
A wise businessman.
Hey! Get away from me!
A fight?
I know that voice. We should go too. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm telling you, I'm just here on business. I'm not causing any trouble. All right?
That's for us to decide, bub. Don't you Russalle understand the concept of boundaries?
That's why I'm here. I've come to negotiate a partnership with Skylark Exchange.
Whatever. No one wants your crap.
You okay?
Hey.
Alvin!
Please, let me talk to Mr. Arthas at Skylark Exchange.
Weren't we clear?
Careful. It's a crowded street.
We're not about to let any stray lead hit the Skylark Exchange. The Russalle and his friends, though? That's a different story.
Aha!
Huh?
You maniacs would risk a bloodbath on public streets? Prepare for judgment from an elite junior agent of the Spurious Corporation. Oh, you guys. Why am I not surprised?
Hey! We haven't done anything.
Enough of your lies!